there's one fantasy need I want the Jets to address, and this video breaks it down. Let's get it. All right, let's go over the depth chart currently right now for the New York Jets and see if we can break down who we can kind of focus on as the #1 fantasy need for this team. Now, I'm only breaking down quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends because you don't draft offensive linemen, so that's really kind of irrelevant. So let's look at the depth chart. Starting here at the quarterback position, currently right now, there's Zach Wilson and Tim Boyle. Now, Zach Wilson, we already kind of know what he is. He was drafted to be the guy. It didn't really work out for him. And then they have the other backup quarterback and Tim Boyle, and it's just really not working out for either one of these guys. Right now, they're in talks, hopefully with Aaron Rodgers, hopefully to draw Rodgers over for the Green Bay Packers, but there's kind of a little bit of a hiccup right now. I don't think the Jets are wanting to give up too much draft capital for an Aaron Rodgers who has been flirting for retirement for the last few years. Why would the Jets put themselves or jeopardize their future? They are in definitely a win now mode with a nice solid defense, so they probably can get a quarterback in that position. If they end up getting Aaron Rodgers, then hey, their quarterback position is set. So as of right now, they don't have them, but let's go ahead and skip over to the running back position. At the starting running back, you have Breece Hall. Then we have backing him up Zonovan Knight, who did a really good job last year of covering for Breece Hall when he was hurt, Michael Carter, and Ty Johnson. Now, Breece Hall did have an ACL injury. He not only had an ACL tear, but he had an ACL, an LCL, and a PCL tear. It was a complete tear, but they're saying right now he's doing really good. He should be ready for week 1, but that was a brutal injury. So there is some depth behind him. Zonovan Knight, Michael Carter, these guys, I have faith in the ability of these guys to back up this team. They did it last year. They could do it again, but I think Breece Hall should be strong, should be ready to go for the season. ACLs kind of scare me a little bit, but he's very, very young. One of the youngest running backs in the NFL still, and he's got a lot of juice to give. But let's switch over our gears and go to the wide receiver position. As we see here, we've got Garrett Wilson is the new young talent of the NFL. They got Allen Lazard over from the Green Bay Packers because Aaron Rodgers does like Allen Lazard. They're trying to draw him there. They grabbed Mecole Hardman. He played for the Chiefs last year. Good deep threat type speedy receiver that the quarterback could kind of get up to. Hopefully they can get to Aaron Rodgers, and then he's got a little deep threat there. Corey Davis, who used to be the star child for the Tennessee Titans, came over for the Jets, did pretty well for the Jets, but he's just not really a 1, 2, or 3 type of guy, but a pretty good depth piece there. Denzel Mims is also on there. I know Mims, he wanted to be traded at one point. He wants more reps. I don't really know what's going on. I think this is going to be Mims last year with the Jets, and I think he'll end up moving on to another team. And then Deontay Spencer as well. So wide receiver position, I think they're pretty loaded right here for the most part. They have what they need as far as the 1, the 2, and then the slot. I even like Corey Davis and Denzel Mims as the 4 and the 5. So let's go ahead and go over at the tight end position for the Jets. As we look at the depth chart here, we can see there's Tyler Conklin and CJ Uzomah. So Tyler Conklin and CJ Uzomah, both, they're kind of serviceable tight ends. They kind of split their reps. They have good games sometimes, then they don't show up at all. So it's kind of a give or take, or you never know what's going to show up. They're okay for fantasy football if you have a plug and play, have a bye week feeling, something like that. I just wouldn't bank on either Conklin or Uzomah as your main tight end week in and week out. So let's go over who I believe is the #1 need at the position for the Jets. And we're going to say it's the quarterback position. Now, I'm assuming as of right now, they don't have Aaron Rodgers. They may not get Aaron Rodgers. And if they don't, they have to address this position. Now, if they do end up getting Aaron Rodgers, obviously quarterback is not going to be the need for the Jets. And then I would probably say that the tight end position would be the next need for this team. But as of right now, they cannot have Zach Wilson as the #1 guy going into week 1. There's way too much talent on this field, whether it's Breece Hall, whether it's Garrett Wilson. They've got some stars here and they don't want to waste that talent. So quarterback is definitely the #1 priority for this team. And that's kind of the wrap for that. They need to get that quarterback position. But hey, look, we got a whole brand new series here. I'm going over who I believe is the #1 fantasy need for each team. If you guys want to hit that subscribe button, really helps me out. Leave a comment down below what you think is the #1 need for the New York Jets. But I can't wait to see you guys on another video. We'll see you guys next time.